Good morning, students. Welcome back to our next lecture of ninth chemistry. Is matter around us pure? As we have discussed in the first previous lecture about the pure substances, let us revise it once again. Pure substance means a single substance which cannot be separated into other kind of matter by any physical process like gold, silver, any metal, copper, etc. And here we have different types of pure substances like elements and compounds. Pure substances are divided into two parts, elements and compound. Elements are further divided into metals, non-metals, metalloids, and compounds are further divided into two types based on their origin, that is organic compound or inorganic compound. Based upon their characteristics, either they are acid, bases or salt. So now the first one is about the element. What are elements? They are the simplest form of pure substances, cannot be broken down into simpler substances by any of the physical or chemical method, are known as elements like copper, hydrogen, gold, boron, etc. And elements are of different types: metals, non-metals and non-metals. Metalloids, sorry. Metals are those in which the atoms are closely packed with each other. They are very much hard, they are lustrous. They have they are good conductor of heat and electricity. But still we have exceptional case in metals that mercury is still a metal but it is in a liquid state, right? Along with that, we have non-metals also. Non-metals are opposite of metals, like, which means they have a properties which is quite different from metals. They are generally solid and gases. They are not lustrous. They are soft. They are neither malleable nor ductile. Now, what is malleable? In which the substance can be beaten into thin sheets, and ductile means the substance can be drawn into long wires. But here non-metal are brittle. They are not even malleable, not ductile. They are not at all sonorous like metals are. Metals are sonorous. They can produce a sound, but non-metals do not produce a sound. Non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity, but metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. And the third one is known as metalloids. Metalloids which possess some characteristics of metals and some characteristics of non-metals like boron, silicon, arsenic, germanium. They all are metalloids. Now come on to the next topic, that is compounds. Compound is a substance composed of two or more elements, but they are chemically combined in a fixed ratio. The main important thing about compound is that in this the elements are combined in a fixed proportion. For example, if we'll take example of water in which hydrogen and oxygen in a fixed ratio, that is 1:8. Hydrogen gas and oxygen gas is combined in a fixed ratio by 1:8 by mass. Again, the same is with carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is CO2, in which it is composed of two elements combined in a fixed ratio of 3:8. So it means that the compound are totally different from elements. The elements combine to form a compound in a fixed ratio. Types of compound means based on their origin, they are divided into organic compounds and inorganic compounds. These are the compounds which are obtained from living beings like plants and animals. We are getting anything which we are getting from plants and animals known as organic compound. Inorganic are the compounds that have been obtained from non-living sources such as rocks, minerals that we are getting from non-living sources are known as inorganic compound, right? Like common salt, marble, baking soda, washing soda. On the other hand, based upon their characteristics, the compounds are divided into acids, bases, and salts. Acid, as you know very well, hydrochloric acid, and we can also the sulfuric acid, H2SO4, which is known as the king of chemicals. Bases means sodium hydroxide, NaOH, or we can say magnesium hydroxide, MgOH whole twice. And if we'll talk about the salts, we have sodium chloride that we are using in our kitchen also, sodium chloride along with calcium chloride. So these are the division based on the pure substances, that is elements and compound. Now on that day we'll also discuss about the mixtures. Now what are mixtures? Mixtures may be defined as the combination of two or more substances which are not chemically combined with each other or may also be present in any proportion. आपको उस दिन भी मैंने क्लियर किया था कि मिक्सचर वो होते हैं कि जिसमें हम रैंडमली 1 स्पून 2 स्पून 3 स्पून 4 स्पून सब चीज़ें मिक्स करके अगर एक बॉक्स में सब कुछ हम फिजिकली मिक्स कर देते हैं तो इट बिकम्स अ मिक्सचर. So we have different types of mixture. Basically we have two types of mixtures. The first one is known as homogeneous mixtures and the second one is known as heterogeneous mixtures. Homo means same, hetero means different. So homogeneous is said to be a mixture is said to be homogeneous mixture if different constituents present in it are uniformly mixed without any boundary of separation, without any clear boundary of separation. They are homogeneously mixed with each other. For example, we can say if we talked about the liquid, milk with water, right? Water with sugar. All these are homogeneous mixture. Along with heterogeneous, if we talked about the heterogeneous, a mixture is said to be heterogeneous if it does not have a uniform combination, does not have a uniform composition, also has a visible boundaries. For example, a mixture of sand and salt. If we'll mix sand with salt, we can easily separate them after some time. If we have a mixture of oil and water, then again it's a heterogeneous mixture. It is a heterogeneous mixture. They both having a different boundaries to separate them. And it does not have a uniform composition. When we mix both of these, the composition becomes non-uniform. But here, milk and water becomes uniform. So here, main difference between the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. So along with this video, I am sending you the notes of this chapter. So 9th class students, please complete your notebook along with that notes. And we'll discuss the further chapter in our next lecture. Thank you.